Hey, before we get into the audio, I wanted to ask you to like and subscribe if you enjoy what you're about to listen to. It helps support me, and both of those things are completely free. If you'd like to support me in other free ways, consider watching my Twitch. I release a schedule every week and play a ton of fun and cozy games. It would be super nice to see you there. If you would like to support me financially, as this is my job, consider joining my memberships. It's $5 a month, and with it, you get early access to audios along with an additional member's exclusive audio every week. Thank you so much, and enjoy the audio. What on earth was that sound? Did the earth just... Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Mortals. They always mess it up. It's not the first planet I've seen melt away, explode, die out. At least this one went out in a beautiful way. An oddly beautiful way. Mars just kinda withered. At least Earth looks prettier now. In a bajillion tiny pieces. Explosions always take longer in space. Well, I guess that's one less thing to do. Let me just... What's this now? Is that... Oh my goodness. Hey. Are you okay there, stranger? It seems you predicted catastrophe. Most people probably hid in their bunkers. But you're smart. Did you make this ship yourself? I can tell. I can't hear you super clearly, so come over here. Yep, the moon. Don't worry. I can make it livable for you. Just a quick... There we go. You should be able to breathe on the moon just fine now. Without a suit or anything else. The gravity's still a little wobbly, but you should be able to walk fine. Well, I'm a goddess, of course. I do wonder, though, what gave it away that your planet was dying? Because, believe it or not, global warming isn't what did your planet in. your planet's core just simply died out. And within a moment, pure agony, the core let out one final breath, and in that final breath, it exploded all you knew. Did you perhaps sense something was wrong? Did you read something somewhere? I see. Well, don't worry. You don't need to hide, because I'm right here. My name? Oh, my name's not really important right now. Let's just get to know each other a little bit more. You'll learn my name in due time. Yes, the moon is my home. It seems all dull right now, but my realm is on this wonderful, wonderful crater here. It's just a small little rift in time-space. But it needs to be on a specific crater, otherwise it'll open up somewhere else. Trust me, that's happened a few times. Let me just... Come on! I'm sorry. I'm a little bit out of practice. I spend most of the time in my realm, that leaving it became a kind of a chore. I leave the realm maybe once a week to just see if Earth is still around. It always is, well, until today. But that was more on the account that I heard a boom. I didn't see the explosion initially, I just kinda saw the aftermath. You must be very lost. But don't worry. I'm right here. And I'll never leave your side. I'm practically the only person you'll ever see again. So, get used to me, I suppose. Though, I guess you could wander out. You won't really find much, though. The whole idea of extraterrestrial beings is kind of a lie. I know that you mortals love to come up with those silly ideas of aliens and things outside of your reach, but the only thing that's really outside of your reach is just us gods and goddesses. No, no, no. It's not lonely. It's oddly calming. Humanity was all I had to even think about. And now I don't have to anymore. I get to spend the rest of my eternity in peace. What am I the goddess of? Well, that's a lot to explain. Well, I mean, you do have literally the rest of your life. I suppose I can explain it. You see that right there? No, not the moon rock. That. Yeah. Your shadow. I encompass everything that lurks in the darkness. Your shadows. That dark, creepy closet that you never wanted to go into. dark alleyways that you would walk down at night, that you would try to avoid. I am that darkness. It's not a bad thing, though. People always assume that darkness is inherently an evil or bad thing, but it really isn't. I mean, we sleep in darkness. Isn't there something beautiful to that? I'm glad that we think the same. My realm is not just darkness, though there is plenty of that. Darkness is just part of who I am. It's why my gown is as black as it is, why my hair is the same color as my gown. Though, I can't really explain the reds. I just think I like the color. I was born when the Earth was born. Because the Earth is the only planet to inhabit any kind of life. My mother looked after a different planet. Mars, actually. All the scientists that said that there was life on Mars, or there's possibility of having life on Mars, they were right. Billions of years ago, life existed on Mars. Earth wasn't even really a thought to the solar system, but Mars was where it was at. Mars didn't have humans, but Mars had many other animals. My mother looked after light and darkness. And then when Mars just kind of withered away, so did her light. And when she got engulfed by the darkness, I was born. There's a different goddess of light now. I don't really talk to her. She lives on Venus. The moon is a lot more calming. Venus is always so hot and uncomfortable. I've visited a few times. Not my preferred planet. Well, I wanted to live on the moon. My mother also preferred living on moons. Moons are a lot more calm and solitary. All the other gods and goddesses want planets. But me, I'm fine with just the moon. Anyway, this is my realm. It's nice. Isn't this calming to know that this will be your home? Your final home? My bad. I kind of jumped the gun with that one. I just kind of assumed. There's nowhere else to go. So I'd assume you'd just stay with me. Anyway, this is basically it. You can hear a lot of ambient noise. I cannot create things like the other gods and goddesses. I can create things out of the darkness. Darkness, darkness, darkness. It's so oddly comforting. It engulfs you. Look at you now, being engulfed by the darkness. You didn't even notice, did you? Your wrists, your feet, the back of your head, being sucked in slowly by the darkness that surrounds you. The darkness. The darkness that is devouring you sustains me. If you, or the last human, I have no choice. There is nothing that you can do. So just give in. Fall asleep. Let yourself be swallowed by the thing you used to fear most. The darkness. Are you still afraid of the dark? Mortals fear what they can't understand. Do you have any understanding of how long I waited? For how many years it's been since a mortal came into my grasp? I'm starving. I haven't eaten anything in millennia. I was starting to lose my mind. But not just anything will satiate me. I need love. You don't understand, do you? You still don't understand. It's okay. You don't need to understand. You just need to obey. When you wake up, I'll explain everything. May we see each other again, my dear. Good morning, sleepyhead. I said good morning. It's time to get up. I know the darkness is comforting, but there's things we must discuss. Hello? Ah, there we go. Your eyelids flutter so elegantly open. I sometimes forget how beautiful humanity is. Most of humanity is merely just a meal for me. But there's aspects to it that are beautiful. Like yourself. So disgustingly pretty. But pretty nonetheless. I hope your slumber was well. The darkness is rather comforting. At least once you give in. You didn't give in very easily. But I'm glad that you did. Otherwise, this conversation would be a little bit more awkward. So, I lied last time we spoke. I'm not a goddess. Well, not your traditional one. I know. You probably have a bajillion questions. Just let me get to the point. I'm a queen, in fact. A queen of a people that are long, long gone. As the queen, I don't perish that easily. I lived on Earth for hundreds, and I mean hundreds of years. My people also lived on Earth for hundreds and hundreds of years, some of them even up until the point that it died. But now that it's gone, I know I am the last of my kind. Well, because space travel is not advanced. It wasn't advanced with your species. Yes, you guys managed to get into space, but there was very minimal effort to expand outside of just what you humans knew. There were some people, yes, but none that came close. I mean, no human knew even I existed. At least, not ones that survived. My people don't have a name. We used to have a name, I just don't remember. But we thrived on feeding on the love of others. And no love was quite as delectable as humanity's love. Humanity, humans. Everyone went on and on about how much hate there was in the world, but the love. It was so delectable. You know how humans use that calendar with the BC and the AD. What do you think those stand for? Correct. Now, there's some things that were simply removed from history books, as your ancestors believed it would be too much for future generations to know. Plus, they weren't the most advanced. But around the time that AD started was around the time I was banished to the moon. The exact day, in fact. Me and my people decided that we couldn't just do person by person, family by family. We needed more. Unfortunately, our ballsiness is the reason I'm here. Humanity was somehow advanced enough to figure out how to banish me. No, I'm not spiteful. Why would I be? They're all dead. All their ancestors are dead as well. Well, except for you. But I'll get into that. Once I was banished, my people scattered across the land. Without their queen, they had nowhere to go. And so they continued doing what they were doing for thousands of years. Ripping apart families, consuming their love, spreading hate. Until your world exploded. Your face tells me a lot. You're scared, aren't you? Scared that I'm going to consume every ounce of love in your body, I presume? Yeah, well... it isn't exactly easy. The people you love are dead.
I can survive. I can survive thousands and thousands of years without any food. Which is why I'm the queen. My body is just structured differently. But I had a thought. Would the love be ever flowing if you loved me? I never thought about it. I've never heard of any of my people falling in love or having anyone fall in love with them. Just kind of getting in the way of love and consuming and destroying it. Till they move on to the next group of people. Next family. Now, it's just a theory. But I imagine that love, as pure and simple as someone loving a beautiful woman such as myself, would be enough. And I wouldn't take all of it, just enough that this hunger that I've been feeling for thousands of years can subside for a bit. You're lucky, you know, that you ended up here. Without me, you would have died. And now, you have this wonderful space to spend the rest of eternity. And, well, me, of course. I'm the only person here. You're bound to fall in love with me eventually. It'll just take time. And since there's no need to escape, and no way to escape, well, I don't need to keep you chained or anything. Once you're in the darkness, you're in the darkness. And there's no getting out. Well, unless I say so. There's no magic word. No direct spell. Just something I control. I'm sure you have more questions. Like, why is there a constant fire crackling sound? That's just the sound I prefer. It reminds me of the days where I wasn't as alone. My people were a lot more like humans than I think any of them wanted to admit. We needed to eat, we needed to sleep. We had desires. We have more humanoid forms. So please, don't be afraid. I'll answer any questions that you have. About me, my people, just anything. World wars? I think that was purely just humanity's doing. Our people had nothing to do with that. Like I said, humanity was able to spread hate even without us. We just thrived off of it. Though, more world leaders ended up being members of my species than I'd like to admit. I know that that is inherently scary. Learning that these figures that were elected into office or chosen by bloodline were nothing more but creatures who fed on love. But, I mean, there were all those people saying that they were lizards. It's not that far off, though we aren't reptiles. We're just different. The darkness is where we prefer. How do I know about all this? Well, after I was banished to here, the moon, I still had my eyes. I couldn't physically be there, but I could see things from shadowy places. I saw some of the biggest world events firsthand. Because wherever there's a shadow, I can see. Anyhow, I'm sure you'd like some more rest. After all, you have a whole big day of absolutely nothing tomorrow. Well, aside from talking to me. You'll love me eventually. These things just take time. Get some rest, okay? Hmm? You want to hear a story? What are you, 4? No. You're right. Stories aren't inherently for children. But sure. I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful, beautiful girl. Her hair almost like gold. Her fingers dainty. Her eyes large and doughy. girl many people desired. And that girl knew that. The girl's father decided that she would be wed to a prince of the largest nation in the world at the time. The girl wasn't particularly well off, but her beauty was nothing like anyone had ever seen. And so, the prince had to have her. They were to be wed in 3 days. The girl traveled from her small town to the bustling capital for the first day. The second day, she met with all of her advisors, her maids, the chefs, the person who would be making her dress, everyone. On the third day, she and him were wed. But what the prince didn't know, but the girl wasn't who she really said she was. Picture of elegance, beauty, innocence was all a mask. For the girl had a very, very dark secret. On the third day, when the couple got married, everything was going as planned. The day was going to be perfect. The prince thought so. The court thought so. The people thought so. And the girl thought so. She walked down the aisle to see the prince. Standing, waiting, hunger and desire in his eyes, like she was a prize to be won, and he had won. The girl knew that what she was about to do was going to change everything. She made it to the altar, her veil hiding her eyes. The prince moved the veil, her eyes still big and doughy. had something in them. Something that the prince had not seen until this very moment. Absolute hatred. Suddenly, everything went dark. The only thing that could be heard were muffled screams. One by one, all of the people in attendance suffered a cruel, cruel fate. And none of them would ever be able to love ever again. The lights came back on. Everyone was still in their seats, exhausted. The prince looked down. He felt nothing. Nothing at all. Couldn't speak. He couldn't even properly move. The girl had essentially gained an entire kingdom in an afternoon. The prince was in no state to rule a nation. The king and the queen were in the same state as he was. The only one in any high position was the girl, who was a princess. She held her head high as other much smaller nations greeted her throughout the coming months, years. Nobody really knew what happened that day. But eventually that nation was overrun. The girl's flame, snuffed out by greed. And the girl, after her kingdom fell, was never heard or seen from again. That's an old story. There's more to it, but perhaps I'll save it for another day. You seem to be fast asleep. Rest well.